Hey y'all, it's your friend D, and in today's video, we're decorating for Easter. And I'm late getting this video out because where I live, April showers bring May flowers, but it also brings tornadoes. And so we spent a lot of time this weekend just monitoring the weather, and the sirens kept going off. So yeah. And actually, one of the high schools I used to give music lessons to got hit really bad this weekend. So guys, if you live in a state or thinking about moving to a state that gets tornadoes, please install some kind of weather app that gives you notifications onto your phone, and take it seriously. And I'll give you 4 reasons why. Number one, tornadoes happen quickly. Number two, they can change direction. So you may think you're in the clear because it's going uh, headed kind of north, but it can switch and go east really quickly, guys. So, number four, if you live next to railroad tracks, a lot of times people say it sounds like a freight train. And if you live next to railroad tracks, you're used to hearing trains go by day and night. And number four is kind of what happened to me and my family when we were kids. We lived next to railroad tracks. And this one time, it wasn't a train, it was a tornado. And if it wasn't for my granddad who came to our house to let us know that there was a tornado headed our way and got us out of the house, I don't know what would have happened, but our house got destroyed, guys. So just be safe, stay aware, and now let's get into this video. So I want some artwork on the walls, and I'm going to use some of this leftover paperboard I have from some packaging. And I have 8 pieces, and I cut it to about, I believe, 5 inches, no, 5.5 inches by 3.5 inches. Now, you can make yours bigger or smaller. That part doesn't really matter. But I'm going to take one of these, and I'm going to just draw a simple cross on it. And so after I do that, I'll be right back. So I have my cross drawn out on my paper board, and I'm going to go ahead and just cut the cross out. And I'm going to use this as my template for my other two that I need. So I have my crosses cut out, guys, and as you can see, these are the pieces that I cut the cross out of. And here's the pieces that were left out. And I did have to cut some more paperboard, so that's what the white piece here is. I needed just a few more. And so when these are put together, you're going to see this kind of a recessed cross. I'm not sure what colors I'm going to paint these. And I'm also going to take a piece of extra paperboard, and here it is right here. And I'm going to trim this out, and that'll be the frame for this. Because I thought if I just left it as is, it would just look weird if it didn't have a frame around the edge. So that's what that's going to be. But for the leftover pieces that I had, I thought I would go ahead and try to put these together and see how it would look like this. Well, if I can get them to lay together here. Okay, I'm not editing this out. This is how it's really going down. So if I could get them to lay like that and see what kind of dimension I can get with those crosses. And also I wanted to try to see what paperboard would look like. What foam board would look like. So I took a piece of foam board and I cut it out, used this as a template, and I went over it with both my wire brush. You can get these from the Dollar Tree. I think they come 3 in a pack. And I just lightly brushed it to get some lines in there. And I also went over it with my pencil to get a few deeper lines and larger lines also. So yeah, that's how I got that texture on there. And I'll clean the edges up a little bit, but I want it to look like natural wood, so I'm not too worried about the edges not looking that great. So I'm going to decide what paint colors I want for these, cut out the frames, and start gluing these together. And I'll come back and show you guys the end results. So guys, at this point in the video, it started thundering pretty loudly outside, and it was getting picked up in my audio. So I'm just going to do a voiceover. So at this point, I'm showing you that the 3 crosses are finished. The very first one is the one that I actually chose to use because it came out really great. I'm glad I decided to try the foam board to make a wooden looking cross. And I just used some gold paint and then painted the frame black. And I used 3 different paints to make this. I did a base coat of black and then went over it with a dry brush of dark brown. Then added a little bit of antique white to the brown to give it a lighter shade and dry brushed that. And then finally went over with the antique white. As far as the little sash, that is a piece of an old t-shirt I had. If you know anything about Easter or just Christianity in general, you've probably seen the crosses with the sashes. Usually it's a dark purple or a white. And so, yeah, I just wanted to kind of recreate that look. And so this one, I painted the front blue or turquoise color, and I just used a pink piece of paper for the inside. And I'm just showing you now on the back, I had to place popsicle sticks on this one because it started to kind of bow after the paint was drying. And to correct that, I put popsicle sticks on the back. Now the other 2 didn't do that, but for some reason this one did. And yeah, so I just kind of got tired of painting at this point, and so I just put paper, some leftover pink paper I had to finish this one off. And I'm showing that I didn't paint the edges because at this point I knew I wasn't going to use this particular one. And I'll probably repaint it later. And for this one, once again, I was just playing around with it because I knew I was going to use the first one. And for the background, I just used all the leftover paint I had on my palette. I didn't want it to go to waste, you know, just dry up. So I just kind of played around, and that's what it came up looking like. And I like it, but I'm not going to use it in the room this time around. And here I'm showing you that these you can actually add like a wreath or maybe some flowers across the cross to give it just a little bit of extra oomph. So yeah, I didn't have any flowers handy that I could put on there, so just grabbed a piece of greenery. I have this little rabbit. It's from the Dollar Tree. It's part of their fairy garden collection. You know, they come out with every spring. And this one is a few years old, but I've never used it. And I think I want to paint it white and use it as like a little statue on a table in the living room. Okay guys, so I got the bunny rabbit painted and I like the way it came out. I used a little bit of pink to color in his ears and his nose, and I just used a black permanent marker to draw in his eyes. So pretty simple paint job, and I think it'll look good in the dollhouse. So I want a different tray in this room. This is the one that I made for the room for Valentine's Day. And I want one just a little bit bigger, and I want it to be round. So I've cut out my pieces. I have 5 circles here that I'm going to glue together. And then I'm going to go around it with these 2 pieces to make the edge of my tray. So yeah, so it'll look like that. But it'll have 2 of these strips around it. Also, I have this lemonade container that I got from Walmart. And I've been keeping the tops because the tops kind of remind me of trays. And I don't know if this will take paint, but I'm also thinking of maybe using some Mod Podge and putting a picture or something in there, but we'll see what I come up with. So guys, here are the trays that I was making, and of course this is the one that I made a while back, and I just left it out so you can see the difference here. So I made this big round one, and in here you can see where I got real sloppy with the hot glue. Yeah, I just got impatient because this was kind of taking longer than expected, and as you can see on this one, I was a lot neater. So yeah, if you're going to make these, just take your time with it and just be a little bit neater with the glue than I was, but I'm still going to use it. And I decided to make a square one, and I only put one layer of paperboard around the edges, and I think I should have put two. I think it just looks better with a thicker border. So I might go back and add another layer to this. And the reason why I made this one out of paperboard is the plastic one that I got off the container. It did not want to take the paint. I tried several layers of paint. I even tried nail polish on this. So I don't know if I needed to kind of rough up the surface by filing it a little bit, or maybe some spray paint that's made for plastic might work better, but this does not want to take acrylic paint. Yeah, I tried a white paint. That wasn't looking good, and then I went over it with some purple nail polish. It wasn't sticking, and so after I kind of got that dried and cleaned off as best I could, I tried some black, and yeah, it just wasn't working, guys. So I think I'll try again with some extra plastic pieces that I have. But for this one, I did want it to serve as a picture and a tray. So I had this little cutout from a calendar of this rabbit, and I made it to fit in here. So this can hang on the wall, or, you know, just lean on the fireplace. And I could switch this out with any of those pictures out of that calendar if I wanted to. But I thought this one was kind of cute. So guys, next I'm going to show you how I made this faux Faberge egg. And I think that's what they're called, Faberge. If they're not, let me know in the comments. But this was really simple to make. So I got some of these foam eggs from the Dollar Tree. They're the 12 count. They had different sizes, but I thought this size was best for the dollhouse. So next I used a couple of things from the nail section. So where you get your fingernail files and your nail polish, you should see some of these nail jewels. And they had 2 packs at my store. They had this one with the multicolor, and then they had these with the just the pearl, the silver, and or the diamond, and these little gold studs. So I've already used some of these to make the egg. And we also used from the nail section some of this nail art tape. So it's very thin. I found the gold, and there's also a silver. So to make my egg design, I just took some of this gold tape, and as you can see, I made just a couple of lines on the egg. And then I took some of the diamonds here, stuck them on top, and these do have an adhesive already on them, but I did add a little bit of hot glue to ensure they would stay in place. And then for the rest of it, I just took these sections here that's already positioned, and that's what I stuck around to get just my design. And I left the back there because that's going to be against the wall and you're not going to really see that. So, but I think it came out really good, and I'm going to make one more to go on the mantle. So guys, I saw these gift bags at the Dollar Tree, and they are fabric gift bags. And they're supposed to look like bunny rabbits. So I already took one out, and it comes with this twine tie for the top. And when you tie it, it's supposed to look like little bunny ears. But I want to try something with this and make it into a pillow for my chair. And I'm just going to take a pillow that I already made and stuff it in here. So guys, here's the gift bag with the pillow inside. And I don't like the way the ears are. So I just don't think it'll look good sitting in the chair. So I'm going to try something. I'm going to cut these ears down the middle. So guys, I end up having to cut the string in half and tie the ears off separately. So I think it's going to work, but I have all of this fraying edge here. So I think I'm going to sew these two sides together, and then I will glue the ears down to the side. I think that will look better. So I got the ears glued down, and I do like it. I just wish the ears were a little bit longer, but I don't want to cut down anymore. But I think it's kind of giving floppy-eared bunny. So we'll see how it looks in the chair. So I want to add some greenery to the fireplace mantle. And Dollar Tree has these new hanging greenery bushes. And I found 3 different ones. The first one is this one, and I just took a piece off of it. And this one is just one tone of green. But I think the leaf sizes are perfect for the Barbie scale. The next one, let me show you the tag so this is what the tag looks like and what it says. But this one has kind of a dark green that goes into a lighter green and then white tips. And these are pretty long. And I actually got these for the Barbie village that I'm going to be making soon because I like the way they hung over. Okay, guys, that was thunder. Hopefully no more tornadoes today. But the last one has this green that goes into like a greenish yellow on the tips. Yeah, I really like this one too. So we'll see which one looks the best in the dollhouse. So guys, here's the finished room. I just kept it simple and I love the way it came out. My favorite thing in this space is the cross. I'm glad I decided to try it with the foam board and do the faux wood. So I'm really loving that right now. And then we have our fake eggs here, or faux Faberge eggs. And I like the way these came out also. Even though the candle holders are 2 different heights, I still like it. I think it just adds some interest over here. And then we have our painting that can double as a tray. And the greenery, I did mix 2 different kinds together. I really like the way it looked with the dark, medium, and a little bit of the white in there. And for a rug, I did not have a rug that I liked in my stash. So I found this towel. I think this is from the automotive section in Dollar Tree. And I just folded it and put it down as a rug for right now. And then we have our pillow here, and I'm really happy with the way that came out. I think Tanya's going to be real comfortable sitting there. And here we have our vignette with the bunny that we painted, and I think he came out really cute. And I thought I had a basket that I could put over here, but I couldn't find it. So I just grabbed another one of those eggs and did it a little bit differently than the pink ones over there. But overall, I really love the way the room came out. So my friends, that's going to be it for this video. If you have any questions about anything in this room, please leave them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.